Are your prescription medications breaking the bank? Are you interested in figuring out how to save a few bucks on your medications? Then this is the video for you. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit subscribe. Recently, you may have gone to the pharmacy and experienced sticker shock at just how expensive your normal medications now are. You may have even experienced rage when you picked up your normal prescriptions and realized you could have got them for cheaper at a different pharmacy. You may even feel furious after coming back from vacation or speaking to family and friends overseas and realizing that they pay pennies on the dollar for medication that you're having to budget for every single month. This video aims to cover how to take advantage of the current system that we have here and get your medications for the best price possible. The US has the highest drug prices in the entire world. It's estimated that we pay at least 2.5 times the amount that other developed nations are paying for their medications. This is largely due to a complete lack of transparency and lack of regulation from the federal government in terms of drug prices. This is also one of the only countries in the world where it is legal for a drug company to market directly to consumers. I'm talking about commercials, social media, billboards. Everywhere you look, there's an advertisement for a drug or for a pharmaceutical company. That's just weird. The pharmaceutical industry here is a booming business that's worth billions of dollars every single year. They also make it intentionally difficult to understand why things are priced the way that they are and why the prices vary so much. Throughout my entire medical training, I've questioned this, and I've always been told that the prices have to be higher than they are everywhere else because as Americans, we shoulder the burden of paying for clinical trials and the development of the drugs. So the pharmaceutical companies want to get investment money back. But honestly, this just feels like corporate greed, and I'm glad that there's some things we can do to circumvent the inflated costs. If you're struggling to pay for your medications, you are not alone. It's reported that somewhere between 18 and 30 million Americans cannot afford their prescription medications. The first thing that I would like to remind you is that pharmacies are a business. CVS alone raked in 4.6 billion with a B dollars in 2024 while you scrape together your pennies to pay for your inhalers. The only thing good about functioning within this capitalistic healthcare system is that you have the opportunity to shop between pharmacies to find the best prices. You can use mail order pharmacies, you can use a local owned mom and pop shop, you can use a national chain. You can also, for some prescriptions like GLP-1s, send the prescription directly to the manufacturer and they cut out the pharmacies altogether and send you your medication for a lower price. Things are changing really rapidly, and I want to educate you about your options. If you do have insurance and you're paying a crazy amount for prescriptions every single month, here's one easy trick that you can do. Tell your pharmacist to run your prescription without insurance and see what the price difference is. I know this sounds a little goofy, maybe counterintuitive, but it actually works. Unfortunately, a lot of times when patients have insurance, medication ends up being more expensive than if they would have just paid for it cash. By utilizing cash pricing, you may save yourself a lot of money. My favorite tool to use for myself and for my sons is GoodRx. Prior to sending any prescriptions for my patients, especially patients who are under or uninsured, I use GoodRx as a tool to search all of the pharmacies in their preferred zip code to see which one will have the best price for the medications. After you search the medication, the quantity that you'd like, and the zip code and pharmacies that you would prefer, you can then text yourself for free a coupon code that will lower the price of your medications. You present that coupon at the pharmacy and you get the best deal, all without having to pick up the phone and talk to anybody. Now, some pharmacists are rock stars and already have the GoodRx coupon code pulled up, so they will match the best price that was found online. Another website that functions just like this is singlecare.com. Another great alternative to the traditional pharmacy path is Mark Cuban's discount pharmacy. Yes, Mark Cuban, the billionaire, has a pharmacy. Mark Cuban's cost plus drug company, they are able to give you your medications for a fraction of the price of what you would pay at big chains such as CVS, Walgreens, etc. Their prices are so cheap because they're quite literally cutting out the middleman between manufacturing prescriptions, the insurance companies, and distribution to the pharmacies. Let's talk mail order pharmacies. Now, pre-COVID, this was something no one wanted to do. People didn't trust that the medications would actually arrive at their house. They were nervous that their neighbors would steal the medication, or what if the the medicines don't arrive on time, but now it is one of the most convenient things that you can do. Now, there's many mail order pharmacies, but one of the most popular ones is Amazon's pharmacy. I recognize that Amazon is controversial, but in terms of low prices for medications, they really can't be beat. With Amazon Pharmacy and other mail order pharmacies, you can seamlessly order your prescriptions for 90 full days. They will ship them overnight and they'll be to your house before you even get home from work in most cases. If you prefer to get your medications in person, no problem. You may want to consider Walmart. Now, I know what you're thinking. Walmart, the place where you get your groceries? But yes, most Walmarts have a pharmacy and they have a really awesome $4 medication list. There are hundreds of drugs on this $4 medication list, and you can get meds anywhere from for high blood pressure, for high cholesterol, for diabetes, for psychiatric issues, and insulin. It actually ends up being one of the cheapest places in America to get your prescriptions in person. Lastly, there is a program called 340B pricing. This program was started by the federal government in 1992. It was created to improve access to care for low-income patients and for safety net hospitals. So, in order to find 340B pricing, all you have to do is type in safety net or county hospital in your town and you can get your medications for cheaper from there. For even more savings on medication, keep in mind that it's usually cheaper to fill a 90-day script at a time versus a 30-day script of the time if you're breaking down the cost per pill or the cost per unit. An extreme option that's on the edge of legality is getting your prescriptions from overseas. Obviously, check the laws first about what you can and can't bring back to the United States. However, many patients are surprised to find out that the medications that they have to call and make a doctor's appointment for here, they can just walk into a pharmacy and get them overseas. Oftentimes, these medications are absolutely dirt cheap compared to what we pay here. So there are some patients who do end up planning a vacation around getting their medication. Now, I can't officially recommend this. Definitely look into the laws for whatever country you're going to, but it is an option that many people explore. Overall, our medical system is clearly broken. I know that, you know that, and there's not much that we can do to fix it. However, these little tricks will help you to navigate through this capitalistic system a little bit better and hopefully save a few dollars for yourself and your family along the way. Next time, we will be talking about primary care and how to access this if you are on a limited budget or if you are uninsured. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit subscribe.